Bastion Berlin is just a few short days away. Get ready with me and let's talk predictions. I'm not going to discuss these in any particular order except the first one because the first one may be the one that was recently added, but in all honesty, it's my favorite. I am the most excited for this match. Can you guess what it is? Jade and Bianca versus the Unholy Union, because one thing you should always know about me is that I am a Jade and Bianca girl down. Bianca is probably my GOAT at this point for women's wrestlers, and I understand that she has not been around that long, but man, if I don't love her. So because of that, of course, I am going for Jade and Bianca to regain their WWE Women's Tag Team titles. If you don't know, Jade and Bianca lost those titles at Clash of the Castle in a triple threat versus the Unholy Union and Shayna and Zoe Stark. They were not pinned, which, okay, I can take it. But that's the beauty of a triple threat. You don't have to be pinned to lose your title. So the Unholy Union has had the title since then, which was what? June-ish, maybe, I think. But I don't think it's been as prominently featured still. That seems to be a common issue with the WWE Women's titles for some reason. But whatever. I would like to see it rise back to prominence. But most importantly, I would like to see it back on my girls, because who else? And this is no slight to the Unholy Union, because I know they are an amazing team. I'm sorry, I just really love Jade and Bianca together. I think everyone was so excited to see them go head to head that when the opportunity or the idea of them being paired up together was presented, it was kind of a shock to everybody. It was like, wait, what? And they've dominated. They look amazing together. So yeah, I need this to keep going. Next up is CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match, which I truthfully don't even know the last time I've even seen a strap match happen. I'm kind of really excited. I think for a while we moved away from having stipulations involved in feuds, and I'm really glad to see that coming back. I hope that's something that Triple H keeps going and includes more and more often. I remember him stating he wanted to move away from Hell in a Cell being a whole pay-per-view and going back to being just a special stipulation, and I would love to see that brought back also. More on that in the next match. But back to Drew and Punk. They are gonna tear each other limb from limb with this strap. They are going to be red, black, blue, purple, all the colors you can think of by the end of this match. And I think Punk is gonna pull it off. In truth, I think it has to be Punk, because then it'll be 1-1 with the final match at Bad Blood. In all honesty, going back to my stipulations thing, I would really love to see them in like a 3 Stages of Hell match or something. I have not seen that in so long, and it is one of my all-time favorite stipulations. So that might just be me wanting what I want, but I just think it would be really neat to see them in that kind of match. No, it's something different. It's something most fans in the modern era that are newer have not seen before. So I think it could be neat. I think it could be a really neat thing to bring in and put into work. I will say I'm just a tiny bit sad that Seth is injured, because I was really enjoying him being introduced into this feud. We all know that Seth and Punk don't have the best history together. Understatement of the century, right? So seeing him be introduced was good for me. Not the best for Drew, because he's in the ring. And here's the thing. It's crazy because Drew is great on the mic, but next to Seth and Punk, I don't know. It's just something about those two. When you give those two a mic in their hand and they're going to run. I don't think we'll get any other surprises in this match. I don't think there's anyone popping up at Bash. There's not really a reason for it to be then. I think it'll be just a straight out brutal match with both of these guys beating the ever-loving hell out of each other. And I just can't wait to see it. I'm really excited to see how this goes. and who pulls it off, but I'm riding with Punk. I think Punk is going to take it. I think Punk is pretty damn pissed off with Drew right now, to the point where he's got to beat his ass, dog. Like, he has to at this point, because if he doesn't, I'm not sure where that leaves this feud. I just hope we keep Drew away from the title picture once this feud is done. Like, please and thank you. Let Drew do something else. Like, hell, actually, send Drew to Braun Breaker. Let Braun and Drew go at it for a while for the IC title. I'm okay with that. Actually, I like that idea. I like that a lot. Let's do that. Let's move right into Randy Orton versus Gunther for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And this one is where I have to have two answers, because who I'm going for is not the person who I think is winning. I'm pulling from Randy. Randy Orton is my favorite wrestling nepo baby on earth at this point. Like, the only one that I love more than him would probably be Roman Reigns, but like, close enough. There's hardly ever a time when Randy is in the ring across from someone who I love more than Randy to go with them. And Gunther just is definitely not that person. However, we are obviously building Gunther into a major star right now. There's no other explanation than just that. Like, he just came off of an amazing run where he held the Intercontinental title for, I believe it's 666 days. He is now the longest reigning Intercontinental champion in the modern era. So kudos to him. And then he got right back into the main title picture. And I don't see him dropping that title anytime soon. Like, he's going to come close to... Now, do I see him beating Roman's record with the longest title of the modern era? No. Do I see him coming very close to it? Hell yes. Like, Gunther's holding that title for minimum a year and a half. At minimum. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was 2 years. Because who on earth could take it off of him? Like, they have built him and they are billing him as the wrestler, the Ring General. Like, he is that guy. Now, let's not forget that the reason he was able to get this title is because he beat Randy Orton in the King of the Ring tournament back in June. No. May. It was May. Sorry, it was May. Back in May, he beat Randy, but Randy's shoulders were not on the mat when the count happened. So while Gunther did go on to beat Damian Priest for the title, which I don't want to talk about it. I'm kind of still upset about that, but that's another video. While he went on to win, Randy, of course, was like, yo, you owe me one. I do expect to see that match somewhat early on in the show for reasons I'll get into later. But yeah, hands down, Gunther is retaining that title. And Randy will more than likely return to SmackDown to start whatever his next feud shall be. So yeah, while I'm Team Randy, there's no way on earth Gunther's losing that title this quickly. I would be very shocked if they swerved us that way. And he's in Germany. There's no way that man isn't walking out with the title. Like, come on now. We're going to move right on to another match that I'm actually quite looking forward to, which is Liv and Dom versus Rhea and Damian in a mixed tag team match. I'm going to start just now by just saying straight up, if Dom does not take a riptide by the end of the night, scrap the whole match and start it over, because I'm going to need to see it. I need to see it for research purposes. I'm sorry. I need to see it. In that match, though, I have to go with Rhea and Damian, though, because it's the Terror Twins, number one. But also because I am expecting it to set up to get Rhea another title shot against Liv at Bad Blood. I could be wrong. Hopefully in Hell in a Cell. I want to see Rhea and Liv just absolutely destroy each other in one of the best women's Hell in a Cell matches we've ever seen. Yes, that is a big ask and a whole lot of hope. But I have faith in them. Like, I really think that the two of them could pull that type of match off and just make it absolutely amazing, because a lot of people sleep on Liv and her abilities in the ring. And I just want her to have one match where she just gets to absolutely go and annihilate her opponent, even though I don't think she'll win it. But still, like, I just want to see an amazing all-out brawl for the women's WWE title. Damian has won me over recently. I've always been a person who enjoys Rhea. Rhea is absolutely amazing in the ring. And while I did think Damian was a good wrestler, I didn't really see the hype, quote unquote, behind it until like close to the end of his title reign, which sucks so bad for me because I didn't get to enjoy it the way I think I would now. And if you haven't watched Damian's 24 on Peacock, please go watch it. It's one of the, I would say it is one of the best 24s that I've seen. I'm usually not a girl who watches the 24 docs often. They don't usually move me as much as this one did, but I really enjoy seeing or hearing about this man's climb from the bottom here and seeing how much this means to him. He's such a humble person. But yeah, if I would really like to see Rhea and Damian pull this off. I would hope, since it has not been happening, my hope is that when Judgment Day comes to get involved, so does Jey Uso. I am a JS stan. I'm sorry. I love the idea of them doing it in kayfabe, K-fob, whichever one you say. I love the idea of Jey and Rhea together. I just think it's such a good thing. Like, please keep this going. And so, yeah, I'm hoping we get to see that just a little bit. And again, I'm hoping that this match is not just Liv running around. I would like to see her just kind of take it to a very crazy place in this match. I would like to see them like let Liv shine a little bit. I know Liv can be a dominant force also. I don't think we've seen it as much as we've seen Rhea's in the last few weeks. Like, Rhea is a monster. We all know that. Like, it is very well known. Rhea can destroy all of the women's roster and half of the men's roster. Okay, like, we know that. But let me see that in Liv too. I would also like to see a lot more from Dominic Mysterio going into the future. I don't know if him and Liv will stay together. I don't know if they're gonna break up. I don't know what is in store for Dom in the future, but I would really like to see more from him. I think over the last few years, especially with the Judgment Day, he has grown tremendously as a wrestler. And he has such a natural level of heat that is quite insane, the reactions that he gets from people. Like, they hate him. People hate Dominic Mysterio. Like, you can't fabricate that level of hate. Truthfully, I see him also as another person who is the future of the company. And I think in years to come, Dominic will be a great heel in his own right. Like, you know, we've moved into calling everything of the modern era, but no, I just think he'll be an amazing heel by himself one day. And I just would like to see him move away from this story and be on his own for a while, because he's always had someone covering him. At first it was his dad, then it was all of Judgment Day, now it's Liv in Judgment Day. So yeah, I'm hoping to see him kind of left out in the cold soon. But who knows? I could be wrong. He might stay with Liv. Liv might help him pull off some kind of heist, maybe for a bronze title. Who knows? I'm just ready to see how it goes. I will say that I do think it is slightly weird that we're getting this match with Damian and we're not starting his feud with Finn. I'm going to assume that we get that feud at Bad Blood. But I do think it's quite interesting that that's not on the card. Finn cost Damian his title. Finn has turned his back on his brother, or at least that's how Damian sees it. And I really, really want to see their feud play out. Truthfully, I would love to see Finn bring the Demon back, but I know he stated that the Demon is a face and right now he's a heel. And that's a match we see at Bad Blood also, just because, like I said, I'm on a Damian kick now. I am a Damian girly. Put him in the game, coach. Let's see him go. Let's see him go. And I say all that to say Rhea and Damian for the win. I do see Cody retaining, and I see this match going one of two ways. It can go one way where, you know, Cody just retains the championship and that's the end of the match. Or it can go the way that I really, really, really hope it does, where Randy freaking Orton gets involved. Why on earth would Randy get involved with his friend's title match? Well, because his friend gave someone else a title shot before he gave him one. Because how dare, in Randy's head, he could be thinking, how dare you give KO a title shot before you gave one to me? Even though I went to Raw, you could have still asked me first. Y'all know Randy is a little bit selfish, self-centered. And I think that this feud with Cody is the absolute perfect way to get us back to the old Randy Orton, to the menace Randy Orton, to 09 Randy Orton, to legend killer Randy Orton. Like, I just want to see this man go absolutely insane on someone. I say that a lot, huh? I would like to think that Randy would at least let them finish the match. But why should he do that? Where's the fun in that? I don't know if he's going to end up beefing with both Cody and Kevin, or if he's just going to stick to Cody, which is why I say the end of the match, after Cody has won, after, you know, they've shaken hands and started to walk away. That's when Randy comes out, and while they think he's about to congratulate them on a really good match, he just RKOs Cody and leaves and Kevin's just standing there like, what the fuck did you just do, and why did you do it? But I also can't see Kevin just standing there watching Cody get RKO'd, so that's when he grabs him too. I will say, I think the Randy and Cody feud will solidify Cody's championship a little more. I don't think his title reign has been necessarily bad, but I do think we could have done a little bit more with it. He's a good champion. Let him show it a little more. I don't know. I just would like to see, I want to see him in a all-out type brawl feud. And I mean, the AJ Cody feud was a start. It was a start. It was a good start. But Randy's going to take it to that next level. Randy is going to solidify Cody as the biggest babyface to ever walk the earth at this point. Because we all know that man is nuts. That man hears voices in his head. Hello? Now, I, of course, could be wrong. And they could just let Cody and Kevin in a normal way, in a regular match, and we go on about our business. But where's the fun in that? I have to admit that I have missed Randy just beating people up all the damn time. Like, I'm sorry. But I enjoy that level of, if you can't tell, I kind of enjoy violence. It's wrestling. As long as it's scripted, obviously, not real life violence. Also, there's the possibility that it's not Randy that gets involved. It's Solo Sikoa in the bloodline. Solo said on Friday night that he's coming after that title again. Like, whoever walks out of Bash at Berlin with that title, Solo has already said he's got next. He wants another shot. He wants to go again. And I would assume he was getting that shot and going again at Bad Blood, which is hopefully where Roman returns again, if not slightly before then. You know, even if it's the SmackDown before Bad Blood, that's cool too, you know, like, that's fine. But I'm interested to see, because Solo and the Bloodline are not on the card. They do not have a match. So they really have no reason to be there, but it's Solo Sikoa. He does what he wants as the tribal chief. And so while I would love to see Randy and Cody, who knows, they may save that. I really, really hope not. I would really love to see them go a few times at a few different PLEs. Like, I need that to be a long story. And I'm sorry, but Brandy, Mrs. Rose, if you don't mind, could you please just at least look like you're about to take RKO? That's my only ask, please. I beg of you. That's all I would love. All right, y'all. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about Bash in Berlin. If you're excited, if you think I'm right on with predictions, who you're going for, if you're going for someone completely different than the ones I've mentioned. let's talk about this and we'll revisit this after Bash in Berlin. If you aren't already, please make sure to subscribe and like this video. Share it with a fellow wrestling fan or someone you love to get into wrestling. And also make sure to stay on the lookout for the Fem Slam podcast. It's a show I do with 4 other beautifully intelligent ladies where we talk and analyze pro wrestling as unbiased as possible. Let's talk about more how this show could go. I have a bunch of ideas for future videos, and let me know in the comments if there's a particular topic or something you'd like me to talk about.